Greetings, my friends. I want to thank you all for subscribing. I want to thank all of my channel members for supporting me in this endeavor to save pop culture. And if you are not subscribed, please consider supporting this channel. We need you. Thank you. Greetings, my friends. I am Dictor Van Doomcock, the future ruler of Earth, and I am here today to give you an update on the situation allegedly behind the scenes at Lucasfilm regarding Indiana Jones 5 in light of a new and comprehensive leak that recently appeared on 4chan. This is a brand new and rather spectacular account of what our viewer allegedly saw in a test screening, and while I am approaching this with skepticism due to where it was posted, it is impressive in many ways. Now, the last time I came across a 4chan leak about Indy 5, I was extremely skeptical about it. Leaks and rumors get posted to 4chan all the time, and while sometimes the info is spot on, exactly accurate, a lot of times it's total BS. It's the wild, wild west out there on 4chan, folks, and so you never know if the content you're getting there is accurate or complete nonsense. There's just no way to know. That said, my sources confirmed that a lot of the first batch of 4chan leaks were accurate, which is when I went ahead and did a full video about those leaks. Well, now here we are with a second posting of leaks about an Indy 5 test screening, and I'm bringing this leak to you again with a healthy dose of skepticism because the leaks do seem consistent with the first batch of leaks, albeit with much more detail, and that's what makes these leaks so damn interesting. I want to be clear. These leaks did not come from any of my sources nor from my Hollywood spies. I had nothing to do with these particular leaks. In this video, I am simply sharing them with you with reservations and analyzing them based upon what little we know. So know that I am not representing that this poster and this information is correct, but I feel I'd be negligent not to bring this leak to your attention and allow you to decide for yourselves. What I find fascinating about the leaks we're about to discuss is how neatly and thoroughly they dovetail into a coherent whole.
What the fuck does that mean, dude? You're being awful careful with what you say here.
The point I'm making regarding these 4chan leaks is, while I have no idea if they're accurate or not, I'm extremely impressed with how many different pieces of leaked information come together in this account. It's coherent, it pulls in a lot of details we've heard and weaves them into a rather plausibly seamless narrative, so if this is a fake, it's a highly skilled and impressive fake. And so for that reason alone, I'm presenting it to you now. At this point, I must state that the information I'm about to share with you has been provided to me by sources claiming knowledge of the situation, but since I cannot personally verify any of this information, I am absolutely presenting it as unverified rumor, and I ask you to please take it with a grain of salt. One thing you should note, however, before I made this video, I followed up with two of my sources and asked them if they could possibly confirm these leaks. My first source reached out to their Lucasfilm contact, and my source came back to me with this, quote, "The only response I've had so far is, too hot, can't touch," unquote. My first source then added, quote, "If I get leads, I'll send them your way. It's going to be tough though. Lucasfilm is on metaphorical lockdown to stop you from getting more," unquote. My second source came back to me with a lengthy but slightly confusing message from a source inside Lucasfilm. Apparently, there's a lot of upheaval going on over there, and this message chronicles a sentiment being expressed by multiple parties inside Lucasfilm, a sentiment that was apparently expressed by someone, a representative, if you will, to the upper management representing the views of a lot of people in the department. Quote, "He made a fucking suggestion and said, look, Doomcock has our fucking ending and had explained it. No matter what anyone says, we are going to go down in flames when they see it. Why don't we film something akin to Indy gets lost in time and Fleabag has to fill in and edit it so she is less snarky and more respectful, else you are going to tank this movie like the last year. He was attacked, and he said, I'm on vacation. If you all want to lose more money, then just keep on doing what you're doing. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. This cannot be pinned on any one person, as all of Lucas animators said this was not him. They're speaking as one. 30 people could have said, or 100 heard this. This is something people on the movie are saying. It's civil war at the studio. Everyone has been told to take a vacation. It's December. Things are so toxic, everyone has been told to go home for a few weeks. Unquote.
Essentially, the cat is out of the bag now. And just as you said, Doomcock, they're headed straight for an iceberg. Only they see the iceberg while it's still over half a year away. So if they don't veer off, it's entirely on them if the SS Disney sinks over this debacle.
Personally, Skull of Calderon, I believe there is yet hope for Indy 5. I'm working on a video to explain why I'm hopeful about this situation. Now, it's a complex argument, but given that Lucasfilm is in upheaval behind the scenes and are cracking down on leaks out of fear, I truly believe, at the very least, they will not use the ending I'm about to detail. I have no scoop on this. This is not a rumor. This is simply my opinion. But I'll have more on this in an upcoming video to explain my reasoning. At any rate, with all these disclaimers and caveats, I present this rumored account of an alleged test screening of Indy 5 with the understanding that this is not from my sources, and I remain skeptical about this until I get some additional confirmation. Buckle your seatbelts, folks, because here we go. It's about to get bumpy. Here is what was posted on 4chan. I went to an Indy 5 test screening by Anonymous. Overall rating, 3 out of 10. Not completely irredeemable, but worse than Crystal Skull.
Sounds pretty irredeemable to me. I have a personal anger towards Crystal Skull, which of course you can imagine, given my reduced state at the moment.
Yeah, sorry about that, Skull of Calderon, but that's what happens when you try to attack Dictor Van Doomcock. You get your head chopped off. And so, here's the leaks. Movie opens with a flashback to 1944, where Indy is tracking down the Dial of Destiny with a guy named Basil, Toby Jones. They encounter Taut from the first film, Mads Mikkelsen, who is still alive due to time travel shenanigans messing with the events of Raiders. He escapes with the dial and we cut to the present day. Indy is still married to Marion. Mutt is said to have died in the Vietnam War. Time is a major theme throughout the movie. When Indy retires, he's given a gold alarm clock. We get a scene of Indy teaching at a university, and he and his students seem disinterested as a sort of parallel to the first film. Helena is Marcus Brody's daughter and has become an artifacts dealer. The moon landing is a big part of the scenes set in 1969. Indy sees a newspaper article about the main scientist responsible for the moon landing and recognizes Taut, who is now going by the pseudonym Jürgen Voller. Indy then goes to a moon landing parade in NYC where he hears Voller will be, and a chase ensues with Kleber while Voller escapes. Voller runs a Hydra-like group of neo-Nazis who want to use the Dial of Destiny to create Die Glock, to alter history, and this is a real quote from the movie, "Make Deutschland great again." Boyd Holbrook plays a character called Klaber, who works for Taut/Voller. He follows Indy and Helena to the Roman times. He gets left behind in the past and dies at the hands of Roman centurions. It's briefly mentioned that Helena has a girlfriend, which Indy has a slightly surprised/negative reaction to. Helena chastises him for being behind the times. Antonio Banderas plays Ronaldo, who is a sort of comic relief and is very enjoyable. He dies right before Indy and Helena go back to Rome. The Dial of Destiny cannot alter history on its own and has to be used at specific portal locations that resemble Stonehenge. Indy and Helena use the dial to go back to 1933, where they meet a pre-Raiders Indy and are followed by Voller. Indy is constantly reminiscing about his old adventures from previous movies, and Helena criticizes how he handled it and how she would have done it differently/better. At one point, Helena corrects Indy's use of the word Indians and suggests he use indigenous people. Movie ends with 33-year-old Indy sacrificing himself to stop Tot/Voller and fading away, leaving his outfit. Helena picks up his hat as the Raiders' March starts, and the movie ends with a montage of her character placed throughout scenes from the original trilogy instead of Indiana Jones, doing everything better than he did. There's also a few shots from Unseen Adventures, which I assume will be part of a Disney Plus show, as the film ends with a Helena will return card like we see in Marvel films. By the way, both pictures I posted are pictures I took in the theater from the montage at the end of the film. When asked to elaborate about the ending, the anonymous poster said, "It quite literally shows her leaving the temple from the beginning of Raiders without setting off the boulder/collapse, and she gives the idol to the natives after she gets out." If Indy was about artifacts belonging in a museum, Helena's thing is about returning artifacts to their home countries/original owners. To which someone replies, "What the fuck? Then what was she doing in their country to begin with?" Which is a good question. One of the things that stands out to me is saying, well, if Helena is Marcus Brody's daughter and has become an artifacts dealer, then isn't that basically hypocritical or basically a plot hole where she's actually returning these artifacts to their original cultures and stuff instead of like dealing them?
Well, that's true. It could be simply a plot hole. These people are not the brightest bulbs in the marquee, after all. They're shitty writers, and so it doesn't surprise me that they would have a plot hole like this. Or it could be that in the course of the movie that Helena, learns, that it's wrong to take artifacts, although that would mean, that she wasn't entirely perfect to start with, and that would kind of go against the whole Mary Sue narrative.
Yeah, I don't know, guys, but I don't know what to say about it except it's very interesting, and I thought you all would like to hear it. I'm skeptical because I don't know the source, and I haven't gotten confirmation from my sources, as there's an iron curtain now dropped over Lucasfilm. This source also posted 2 shots of Phoebe Waller-Bridge allegedly from the test screening, but some have said these could be AI generated, which is going to be a big problem in the future in all aspects of modern life, when we have to worry that any photo these days can be faked, either deep-faked or faked by AI. At any rate, folks, that's the latest batch of stuff from this alleged test screener. So what do you guys think about it? Leave your comments in the chat. But don't give up hope or despair, people. I'm working on a video where I make a case that there may yet be some hope on the horizon for Indy 5. From the center of the earth, this is Dictor Van Doomcock bidding you all, my friends, stay angry. Ha 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 ha.